All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Let's go. Come on in. Come on in. Yo, as you coming in, do your boy a favor. Go ahead and smash that love heart. Then go ahead and hit that arrow and what they say, share this out to somebody, share this to somebody. Or go in the comments and hit that add button and add somebody. Get them in here. Get them in here ASAP. Because I got something new. I got something special for you. This is going to be, I'll get into it later, but this is going to be a special edition of Grind Time Live. I'm calling this story time with Mr. Grind Time. But like I said, I get more and more into it in just a little bit. What it do, Miss Joanna? But yeah, go ahead and share this out. Comment, let me know where you tuning in from. Show your boss some love. Cause I'm trying to get this out here. I'm trying to get this to everybody. But yo, this one may not be as long, but you know what? It's gonna be strong. I guarantee you it's gonna be strong. But before I start all of my podcasts, y'all already know I gotta mix up the flavor of the week. And I'm gonna tell you, my OG instant is in the mail right now, right? So I decided to go with a totally different mix this week. But this mix, I gotta say this. If you're not cleansing your body, start now. And this is the best natural cleanse you're gonna find. And no, I'm not just saying that because I use it. I'm not just saying this because I sell it. I'm saying it because it's true. One thing about me, I do research. I do research. But this week, I'm doing, I'm bringing one of these, bring one back. That's that tamarindo from the tamarind fruit. Then I got that tropical punch. This is a great mix of sweet and sour. If you like sweet and sour, this is a good mix. But yo, I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna drop the music, you already know, and I'm gonna give y'all extra time to share this out. Because like I say, it's a reason for what I do. But they say it's a method to my madness. So get your people on and let's have a little fun. Let go. We have been a million time to rise and shine. Hit the grind, ain't no way, yeah, I'm falling behind. Every dollar earned is a step to a line. Mr. Grind Time, watch how I beat the fire. As a fact, this is grind time live. Reach up for the sky. Money's on the line. So can't lie. Living for the now. They good. So can't lie. Living for the now. Actions amplify. Total life changes, gotta push through the pain. And help from the world, still that the pain is motivation in my veins, driving me insane. Never satisfied, I forever remain. The clock's ticking, can't waste a beat. Every move I make, I'm feeling the heat. This is my time, God, reach for the sky. Money's on the line, can't lie. The fire, actions amplify. So step to the time, let's chase the dream. This is my time. Building up team, this is my time live. Reach for the sky. The money's on the line, gotta hustle, can't lie. Yo, what it do, fam? Welcome, welcome, welcome to this special edition of the hottest new podcast gracing your screen. This is Grind Time Live, and this is Story Time with yours truly, Mr. Grind Time. Now, I'm going to tell you how this came about. My original guests, they had something going on, and I told them we're just gonna postpone their episode and just bring them back later. It's all good. But if I say me hit that button every Wednesday at 7 o'clock and go live, that's exactly what I'm going to do. If I started this, I'm going to finish it. And that's one thing about it. I mean, yes, it's a little harder. And and it's crazy. Doing it by yourself is a lot different than what I've been doing the last 28 episodes. So, it's a little different. But that's why I started this, though, so people can get their stories out and have somebody on there with them to actually help them flow, help them go. So that's why I started this. But today, it's just me. Now, usually when we do this podcast, it's all about TLC. It's all about these amazing products, this amazing community. That's what it's usually all about. But one thing we never did, we never went back before TLC, because anybody know every decision you made, everything that happened to you before, it guided you to where you are now. It guided you to your future. So that time when you was running and you sprung your ankle, that shifted your future just a little bit. That time you said you didn't want to study for the spelling test and you didn't get a good grade, that shifted your future just a little bit. So, we are a combination of all the things we've been through to get us to this point. So that's what I'm gonna take y'all back, and I'm gonna give y'all one of my stories, because I'm gonna write my book. I'm gonna write a book because I got stories for days. Because I'm just gonna say this: by the time I hit 22 years old, I have been through more stuff than most people go through in 2 lifetimes. But I'm gonna tell y'all this one. Like I say, this is gonna be in my book. So, are y'all ready to start story time with Mr. Grind Time? I'm gonna need y'all just to go with me, though. I'm gonna need y'all to go back with me. Go back with me to the year 2001. If you're old enough, you remember 2001. If you're not, it's all good. Just listen in. But year 2001. Um, Military. I'm a hospital corpsman. Station 2nd Marine Division, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I'm off base. If y'all know anything about Navy, because I was Navy, and Marines, when they get together, it's usually alcohol in the mix somewhere. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. We had we had a joke, we just say we're not alcoholics. I'm not alcoholic. I'm a certified drunk. It's a difference. Because I used to drink like that, but it was only when I was off duty. When I was off duty, anything goes. But in 2001, I was 21. Now, being in the military, being stationed with these guys, even the higher ups, they used to say, if you can sign up to die for your country, you can have a dang drink. So the higher ups didn't trip as long as you wasn't out acting a fool, getting in trouble. They'd let you have a drink. They didn't say anything about it. So me, I'm 21. So when I hear somebody going to the store, I tell them, let me roll. Let me ride, because they know if Doc with them, that's what they call me then. They call me Doc. If Doc with them, oh, we finna get something to drink. but and when being that a lot of these guys were only about 20, maybe 19, 20 years old, they didn't mind letting Doc ride. One, they knew they was gonna be safe because they knew Doc had their back regardless of what happened, what's going on. And two, Doc, like I said, could buy the alcohol. But this is one day it was two of my Marines and their girlfriends, and then me. Then I'm so you just saying Mr. Grind Time, Doc at the time. So it was 5 of us in a car. He had just got this brand new Mazda 626, right? Brand new, fresh off the lot, right? He still had 30-day tags on it. But, okay, I ain't getting there yet. So we took a trip to the store. We got, what we wanted, what we needed. We came out, we on the way back. And anybody know anything about North Carolina? When you in the smaller areas of North Carolina, it's a lot of two-lane roads. So, one lane going that way, one lane coming this way. So we on our way back from the store, right? Now, did I already say that he had just got this car? He still had 30-day tags on it? Oh, okay, I just want to make sure I said that. But, we rolling, right? On this two-lane road. It's a car in front of us. He gets impatient. He decides, you know what? I'm finna pass this car. Not too far in front of us, there was a curve coming. So it was about to curve right. So, he, like I say, he just got this car. He jumped out in the other lane. He jumped out in the left lane. He smashed the gas. He put it on the floor. Guess what his car does? Nothing. Nothing. Because he didn't know his car. He like say he had just got it. He didn't know it. He didn't know that for that type of car at that time, if you smash the gas, all it's gonna do is it's gonna hesitate, and then it's gonna drop gear and get on down the road. But that hesitation, that's what's gonna happen every time if you just smash the gas. So he smashed, it hesitated, and then it picked up speed. Soon as we got next to the car we was passing, guess what? A car was coming around that curve in the other lane. So it was decision time. It was decision time. He kept on the gas. He kept on the gas. He kept on the gas. He kept on the gas, right? And this car steady coming. It's steady coming. He gets just enough past the car that we were passing and swung it over. But when he swung it over, he overcorrected. When he overcorrected, we end up going from here and we would turn like this. Can you guess what happened next? That car we just passed smashed into our back end. On my side, if I say so, because I'm in the back back side behind the driver. Got the driver, the passenger. I'm in the back with the ladies. We get hit by the car we just passed. Instead of it stopping right there, no. We spent into the other lane. Remember that car was coming around that curve? Yeah, we spent right in front of that car. And that car smacked us, which spent us all the way back over to the lane that we were in, and we came to stop in a ditch. Now, this whole time, y'all know the car used to have like them handles like this. I'm in the back holding on to this handle with both hands. Both hands. Holding on tight. The whole time. That last time we got hit the right on the door, which pushed that door right into my ribs. Once we came to stop in the ditch, I got out. I couldn't breathe. I'm coughing. I'm trying to catch my breath because I just took this shot to the ribs. Felt like Tyson hadn't stole on me. But once I get myself together, I'm the medic. I'm the doc. I go into medical mode. I start checking on everybody. Check the the homies in the front. One of my dudes, he just holding his head right. Just he just head on the steering wheel, so he holding his head. My other dude, he in another land. He in another land. I can hear his that's all he was doing. In the back, the girls, one of them, she fell on the ground because she was hurting. Hurting. I'm gonna get into these injuries in just a second. And the other one was just sitting there crying. But I noticed she had blood coming out of her mouth. So I go in, I'm trying to, check her out. I see her bleeding, so I'm trying to make sure she's straight. I check on her, then I go back and check on the one who had fell on the ground and figure out what was going on with her. Check on my homies. And once I got my boy back into his right mind. I call 911. They on their way. No, I didn't call them. Somebody else, the one of the people that hit us called them. That's right, my bad. But needs to say, they on their way. I'm making, like I said, I'm in full medic mode. I'm making sure everybody good. Man, I ain't thinking about myself. I mean, when you're a military medic and your Marines are your people, them your brothers at arms. You're gonna make sure that they are okay. You're gonna make sure they're not going down. So I'm making sure, like I said, I make sure everybody good. Ambulance get there. They load the two girls. Both of them end up going on the stretcher in the ambulance. My boy that was in another zone, he finally, like I said, came back to his mind, got back to his senses, and of course he was ticked off because of what had just happened. He wasn't thinking about himself. He was thinking about what had just happened to his girlfriend and why it happened. I mean, and once they got them loaded into the ambulance, you could see him screaming. He's screaming out the ambulance because he riding with the girls. He's screaming at our boy, at the one who was driving. Ticked off. But we end up going to the hospital later and seeing them. I end up going to get my car and driving up to the hospital later, checking on everybody. Found out that the one girl, she had broke her leg. The other girl who was bleeding out her mouth had broke her jaw. My boy who was in the front, he didn't even realize it at the time, but he had broke his ankle. The one who was driving, they called it a closed head injury. He basically had a knot on his head. That's it. No concussion or nothing. But so and I went to make sure everybody's good. I went back to the house. I wasn't trying to deal with them that night. I was shook up. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the house. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna chill out. I get up the next day. I can barely move. My boy, he get up the next day. He pretty much crawling. So we came together, right? We came together. I drove, but I could only look straight. I could not turn my head to side. I couldn't turn my head for nothing. I mean, every time I tried, it was hurting so bad. It was hurting so bad. So I looked straight ahead. He watched my sides. That's how we drove by ourselves back to the hospital. Like he just found out that he did fracture his ankle. But when they started checking on me, when they started checking on me, I can laugh about it now. But yo, I'm gonna give you a list of all the problems I had. First off, y'all remember I said I was holding on to that handle like that? That caused me to have what they call bilateral AC separations. I literally ripped the muscle off of the bone in both of my shoulders. That was one. Yeah, I remember I said I jumped out and I could barely breathe at first. Yeah, because I had 3 bruised ribs. Oh, I ain't tell you about the limp because I had, that was just a little quick injury to my knee because the door hit my knee. But the worst the worst part of my injury was the reason why I couldn't turn my neck. I had fractured my C3 vertebrae. So I literally had broken my neck in that accident. But I got up the next day and drove myself to the hospital. You ever had some times where you just look back and you say, how am I even still here? Everybody's had at least one of those episodes. Everybody has at least one of those stories. This was one of mine. Because when I got back, the doctors were like tripping. They was like, how did you get here? I'm like, I drove. It's like, how did you drive? I'm like, I looked forward and my boy watched the sides for me. They was like, your neck is fractured, right? And I was like, wow. They was like, another, not even half inch, and you would had a complete break in your neck. You would most likely been paralyzed from the neck down if you even would have survived. After they told me that, y'all know what I did? I said, thank you, God. I said, thank you. Because I wasn't supposed to be here. I've had too many of those type of incidents in my life to where I say, how am I still here? How did I survive that? How did I come out of that? And I always remember, I didn't do it alone. He brought me out. Without him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. I wouldn't be here on this podcast right now. So y'all remember me saying how things that happened earlier in your life is gonna guide your future. Once you've been through so much stuff, you really start to believe that you are here for a reason. That's one thing everybody needs to know. You are here for a reason. How many times can you look back and you be like, okay, how did I make it? Or better yet, some of have asked, why did I make it? Why am I still here? He had this podcast set up for me way back then when I was asking, how did I survive that accident? Hey, tell me we don't serve a good God. Hey, tell me he don't have plans for you. If you woke up this morning, you need to just say thank you. Because that means he's not done with you. He has something for you. You just got to find out what it is. And that's for all of us. If you woke up today, you haven't fulfilled your purpose yet. You still got more to do. So don't run from it. Embrace it. No matter how hard it seems, no matter what you're going through, don't run from it. Embrace it. Just go with it. Because I promise you, he's leading you to somewhere that he needs you. He's leading you to somewhere where you're supposed to be. Just think about it. Another half inch, and Mr. Grind Time is gone. There is no Mr. Grind Time is never born, never created. Another half inch. So we would have been going about 5 miles per hour faster. That would have been just enough, probably just enough there to totally break my friggin' neck. But just so happened, we were only going fast enough to, and only got hit hard enough to just fracture my neck. I didn't lose feeling in nothing. I didn't lose consciousness. None of that. Like I say, I got out. I'm helping everybody else. I am the most injured person in the accident. But I'm not thinking about myself at all. I'm helping everybody else. Because that's what I did. That's me. God made me like this. He's always made me as somebody who's trying to help others, and try to heal others. So can you see how I was eventually led to this amazing family? Because it was instilled in me from the beginning. Everything we did, everything we've been through, led us to where we are. No matter how good it seems, no matter how bad it seems, it led us here. Yes. Yes. Without him, I wouldn't be here. And my bad, I done got off the story, and I'm at this time, the emotion I always take over, because anytime I tell that story, think about that story, I'm not just talking. I'm literally reliving it in my mind every time. That's why I don't tell it a lot, because I relive it every time. I can see me holding on. It's like it's like my soul left my body, and I'm watching myself hold on. And I watch this car hit us and turn us this way, and this car coming back this way hit us and turn us back around, and we spin and end up. I can. Oh my gosh. I'm just saying. You woke up today. It's a reason. Don't take your life for granted. Somebody needs you. I didn't even know about total life changes in 2001. I wish I did, because I got out of the military in 2002. I wish I did know about total life changes. I didn't know about them. I had no idea 20 years later I would be in this company doing the same type of stuff that I was doing back then, which is helping people and healing people and helping people do better. I had no idea that this was where I was headed. But you know who did? God did. He knew exactly where I was headed. And that's why every morning I wake up, I say thank you for another day. because you didn't have to give me one. There's so many people that didn't wake up today. So why do so many of us wake up complaining, whining? I gotta go to work. These children, these kids driving me crazy. These bills due. How am I gonna pay this bill? We wake up complaining. But the thing about it is, there's millions of people who would trade places with you in an instant. In an instant. They would, with no hesitation, they will love your life. Which is why I don't complain anymore. Even though junk I've been going through, it don't even matter. Because somebody can take the hand you dealt with, and win. So who better to take that hand you dealt and win than you? Speaking that over everybody who hears this. If you don't quit, you will win. In the words of Og Mandino, I will persist until I succeed. And that's what it's all about, keeping going. Because God has a plan for you. If He wake you up, you are still in His plan. Remember that. Never forget it. Tomorrow, when you wake up, before you do anything, whether you want to bow your head or look up or whatever, before you start your day, tell Him thank you. Because now you got another day to change somebody's life. That's what TLC is all about. Like I say, we didn't wake up in TLC. We went through life. We went through a lot of stuff before we got led here. I'd love for you to join me. If you're not a part of TLC, whether either a customer or a life changer, I would love for you to join us. Because you're not going to find a more loving family. You're not going to find better products. You're not going to find a better community. Mr. Grind Time put his word on that. Like I always say, no, before I even go there, if you are ready to join, if you are ready to try something, you can hit me up or whoever sent you this live. Because if they sent you this, I promise you they care for you. They didn't send you this by accident. If you run across this, you didn't do it by accident. Now it's only up to you if you're going to embrace it or ignore it. Because there's no such thing as a coincidence. Like I always say, I ain't got nothing but love for you, fam. And remember, God loves you. Peace out.